Welcome back to Real Talk. I'm Alexandra.
And I'm Jamie. We're your hosts for Real Talk.
And thank you to our viewers, our listeners for tuning in today. And we're going to have another exciting show. And I want to send a huge shout out to our Latino Mixx family.
Don't forget to download the app, Latino Mixx app or the YouTube app, and look for us on Instagram at Real Talk Long Island, Facebook Real Talk Long Island, and the YouTube, Real Talk Long Island.
That's right. So I'm excited. March was extremely crazy.
Goodness.
It's March Madness for a reason.
Yes, I agree.
So
But it was good crazy.
It was. I'm actually excited because April is my month. My birthday.
April 4th. Don't forget it. She needs to know everyone. Hey, happy birthday.
Yes. So I'm extremely excited about April. Plus, it's a little downtime for me. Not much, but I do have some downtime. But let's do a recap of what happened in the month of March.
Oh, we had a lot. You know what? And I was honored, just saying.
Yes.
And then later on, we're going to have another one of our honorees with us, too, from the gala. And it was amazing. The best event we've had so far, in my eyes, in my book. What about you?
Well, I see each event differently. I got a lot of great feedback, and a lot of people are telling me this is the best event ever. Mm-hmm. So I take the good, right? But when you plan events, you always see things differently. So I already see, okay, we got to change this, we got to update. But we're getting better and better every single year.
Every year is so much better.
But overall, I am so happy with the event.
Listen, my grandkids danced the night away. My family danced the night away. We had the 360 this time.
Yes.
I can't wait. Go on and see the pictures from the event. It was amazing.
Absolutely. Go visit on Facebook, Flutterflies Movement. And a huge shout out because our DJ that evening was from Latino Mixx. So thank you.
Thank you, Latino Mixx.
And thank you to Sydney Rodriguez and Johanna Amaya because they were our sponsors. So a huge shout out. The DJ, everybody was raving about him.
Everybody loved the DJ. Everybody. Thank you, Cliff Go Mortgage, for sponsoring that for us.
Absolutely. So, March, we had our meet and greet with all our most of our honorees that showed up.
Yeah.
That's right. You were the ones that missed it.
I was away.
We had our women's, we had our gala, our 8th annual gala, and our women's expo. All great and exciting things.
Women's expo is the best too. The fact that all these women entrepreneurs get together and show what they're doing, it's so inspiring.
It is.
Don't you think so?
It is. I want to talk a little bit about the gala. So the gala, there is a video. If you go onto my personal page, Alexandra Velez on Facebook, or Flutterflies Movement, there is a video that Joseph Valentino, he's the son of Ana Maria Torres, that was one of our honorees. He took a video when we finished the group picture. And it was so touching to me because as soon as the cameras turned off, it was congratulations, the ladies hugging each other, and you see that sincerity in their
goosebumps. Yeah,
in their faces and how happy they were for one another. That video, just like you said, look at me, was amazing. That told the story of what is Flutterflies.
Absolutely.
So my speech was about 4 values that Flutterflies definitely embraces, right? So we talk about sisterhood, resilience, we spoke about being authentic and being kind, okay? So, one of the things I said is be kind. Ladies, we need to be kind to one another. And if we have nothing nice to say, and believe me, there's a lot of times I have to bite my tongue.
Yes, she does.
I'll keep it real. I'd rather keep it in, let it kill me inside. And later on, if I think I need to say something, it already sunk in, I put myself in that person's shoes, and then I speak, right? So, it's definitely...
Yeah, but then she calls me and she's real about it, so just saying.
Sometimes you have to vent, and you need to have those sisters that you know that you can vent to, and it's going to stay, honestly stay between you and that person.
Absolutely.
Because let's keep it real, there's people that you tell something to, and then you're like, shit. Should I have told that person because you really can't trust them?
No, you could. Well, it's not even that. You know what? You tell them, and then it's certain people, if you're telling them, you're telling the entire world. So make sure when you're telling them that information, that you want it out to everyone. And if it doesn't go out, be glad about it. But if it does, like, I know I can call Alex and she'll tell you, I call, cry, scream, holler, and carry on and say, oh my God, this one, that one, I can't believe I had to go through this. But I know when I tell Alex, that's where it stays.
Yes, and that's definite. And that goes, of course, with the other ladies that I work with. And they know this stays with me, and it could be killing me because sometimes someone tells me something, and then the other one tells me to complain, and I'm like, oh gosh, I can't say shit, right? Gotta hold it in. But we also spoke about resilience, never ever giving up. And sometimes we're our worst critics, and we convince ourselves out of our own dreams. We have to stop doing that. We got to stop doing it to ourselves, and definitely don't allow someone else take your dreams away, because we've all encountered that supposedly friend that you tell them you're all excited and you're like, I really want to do this, and they're like, really? You want to do that? And it's like, why am I even, they put you down, then you're like, oh, maybe they're right. And then you will never know if that was actually your calling.
You know what, I have to tell you, doing this, Real Talk, and doing the podcast, the radio show, has allowed me to feel who I am finally, and allow other people to see who I really am. So I would never, I used to be a guest on someone's show. I'd never in a million years did I think I would do this. And this has helped tremendously.
Awesome. And then the last thing, we spoke about sisterhood, and it's definitely uplifting each other, and we don't always have to agree, right? But it's about having that trust and respect. And then the last thing I spoke about in my speech was being authentic, or like I like to call it, being real. So ladies, let's be authentic, and let's be creative. I'm seeing a lot of the same stuff just being duplicated. Let's be creative. And I know I have a lot of people saying it's not about competition. No, it's not about competition. And I have a lot of people telling me, but take it as a compliment, because I was going to say that. I see a lot of the Flutterflies movement being duplicated. They're like, oh, take it as a compliment. Listen, you could take a compliment so far, okay? I need ladies, I'm sorry, I need you guys to start getting creative. Let's put a twist in what you're doing, because there's so much more work that needs to be done. So what is not being touched? Let's get creative, because you all have talents, and I'm keeping it very real today. Extremely real.
Yes, she is. You know, copying is a form of flattery. I agree, but
up to a point.
Also, on top of it, you do have to make sure that you bring in new things. When you keep repeating the same things, and all of the networking that I'm seeing being done, it's the same people sponsoring in different events, to the point where it's the same people they're going to. So you need to expand that circle. That's what's so important. You can't stay in that little nuclear circle. You've got to branch out. Otherwise, you're never going to grow.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. So, Jamie, now that
when she says, Jamie, I get nervous.
Listen, now we're talking about, the values. So I have a question for you. How do you think sisterhood differs from other types of relationships?
Sisterhood to me is when I know I can turn around and I can rely on another woman who is going to understand, even though she hasn't went through the same thing I went through, but that bond, I can throw things, bounce things off of them. I can vent. I can, know that when I'm going to cry, I'm going to call and I'm going to be supported. Right. And not only that they're going to give me a kick in the pants and say, Jamie, yes, you can. I need that sometimes, when you say, yes, you can, go do it, get out there and keep moving forward. Pushing and pulling. Sisterhood is pushing and pulling each other, in my opinion.
I agree. And again, it's not about always agreeing with what the other person is doing. Because sometimes I need to hear, like, no, that does not make sense.
Absolutely.
Or how about if we postpone it? Or is that actually going to bring money into the organization. So we need definitely that balance between the relationships that we have.
I agree. You know what? And this country, the problem with our country now is we can't agree to disagree anymore.
Yes.
But it's okay to disagree. I'm not going to learn if I'm in a room full of women who think exactly the same way I do. And it's like Stepford Wives. Okay. No, I need another woman who's going to challenge my thought in a respectful manner. Be kind, like you say all the time. She tells me, Jamie, be kind. It's a challenge for me sometimes.
No, but it's exactly. Be kind. Speak your mind, but be kind. And don't, and remember, when those words come out, there is no taking it back. Regardless if you say, I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. Those sometimes words are like scars. So again, words I'm not perfect because there's times I've hurt people's feelings, not intentionally.
Mine.
Because... No, not at all. She wouldn't be sitting here. But not intentionally. But, sometimes we let anger. And sometimes it's fear. We let fear overcome,
Absolutely.
So now that we're in April, what exciting things do you have coming up in April?
It is so busy. Well, you know what? I am so proud of the town of Brookhaven. They're going to be teaching real estate professionals on April 11th from 6 to 8 about the assistance, the down payment assistance programs.
Awesome.
And how to do that correctly, because a lot of people are not getting that assistance because a realtor may have done something incorrectly, a lawyer, a title company, the mortgage company. So we are gathering. If you are in the real estate world, please join us April 11th, 6 to 8 p.m. at the town of Brookhaven, 1 Independence Plaza in Farmingville. This is so important for our community.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm so excited about that. We also have coming up Special Olympics on April 14th. First time in Long Island at Gold's Gym. April 14th, 11:30 in the morning. It is so important. We have our little Miss Janisa. We all live in Janisa's world, all of us around here, and she is so empowered, and she's going to be powerlifting that day. So she's one of our Flutterflies family. What do you got going on?
Well, the best thing is it's my birthday, so that's what
right.
really
April
counts.
4th.
That's what counts.
Happy
I accept
birthday.
gifts, gift cards, dinner.
She has Venmo,
whatever it is.
Zelle.
I accept it all. But besides that, April 28th, we're going to have our annual tea party. This year, it's just about confirmed. It's going to be at Fogo de Chao in Huntington. It's going to be Sunday, April 28th. So don't miss it. Be sure to check out flutterfliesmovement.com, and all the information will be on that page.
And April 8th, we have the eclipse.
Oh, gosh.
Are you ready for the eclipse?
I'm ready.
Do you think we're going to fall off? The world is just going to end?
No, nothing's
that's
gonna
what people
happen.
are telling me.
Nothing's going to happen. I have faith. I have to live to at least 100, so I have a few more years to go.
Oh, my goodness. So are we going to have some great guests today?
We are. We're going to have one of our honorees, and I always forget to say Officer Yasmin Gallant.
I know. You know what? It's so funny. I was at an event the other day, last month, and we were talking about Yasmin, sorry. And I was like, oh my God, I forget. She's Officer Yasmin Gallant.
Yes. So she's going to be joining us next. Please do not go away. We'll be right back.
Solo buenas vibras. Solo buenas vibras. Por aquí, por Latino Mixx. Por Latino Mixx. Dale play a tu bocina.
And we are back to Real Talk. So again, March was exciting, and one of the things that happened in March was our 8th annual gala, Flutterflies 8th annual gala.
Yep, we
and
have our
now,
pins.
yes, we have our pins. So now we have I have one honoree here, and we're going to introduce another honoree, Officer Yasmin Gallant, who is currently serving as the Latino Liaison Officer for Suffolk County Police Department, and she is one of our Flutterflies 2024 honorees. Welcome, Officer. Yes.
Officer.
Thank you so much for having me. First things first, happy birthday month. Very important.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me, ladies. I look forward to our conversation today.
Awesome. So let's start with the fun stuff first. So you were one of our honorees, and I love that we have some pictures going on.
Yeah,
so
you're
what
up here
did you
somewhere.
think about the gala? And my feelings will get hurt.
The gala was amazing. It was I didn't know what I was really expecting, to be honest. I've never really been an honoree. But it was amazing from start to finish. My husband was like, oh, I don't want to go to a work event with you. He was very apprehensive. And at the end of the night, I was like, baby, we got to go. Like, we got to go home. The babysitter's waiting. Let's get out of here. It was fantastic.
Awesome.
I loved that we were able to mingle, but we were able to party, and we kept the speeches short and sweet.
Yeah,
that was like my perfect part, because sometimes you go to these things and it's like, ay, Dios mío, it's never going to finish.
Yeah.
I know.
So this, and I loved all the ladies. I really did. I love what an eclectic group we were. It wasn't like all cops or all this or all that. Everyone just came from different backgrounds, but we all meshed together, and I love that.
Awesome.
And we danced a lot.
We did.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. And it's true, because it's nice to have people from all over,
Yes.
right? Different backgrounds, because then you really take a moment to be like, wow, she overcame this, and look at her, So it was great. I was so happy with the event. I really was. And congratulations again. You are our 2024 Shero, Shero recipient. So tell us a little bit about what your real role is, right? Being an officer. So tell us a little bit about that part of your life.
So I've been with Suffolk County Police Department 6 years now. I work for the commissioner's office, but they like to say you work for the community. So I work for my Latino community. I work for everybody in Suffolk, right? Every person that touches this earth, in this condado, like we say, I'm there to serve.
Okay.
My role is trifold. So I'm there to educate. I go out to schools, I go out to nonprofits, to churches, so whoever will have me, just to spread the message of, hey, we're here to help. We're not here to hurt. We're not going to affect your immigration status. We don't care about your immigration status. That's like a big thing that we want to echo into the community. Often more times than not, is people of their own background, of their own community, feeding them these not truths to keep them down. So we like to educate, because education is empowerment, right? So that's one of the aspects that I do. From, like I said, we educate our youth. We have a lot of youth here that have been in this country 3 years or less. We like to let them know, hey, these are your rights when you're here. It's a little bit different than where you came from, and this is what we ask of you when you're here. So we give both sides. And a controlled environment, we like to say, because a lot of people, unfortunately, the first time they meet us is on a 911 call, and everything is heightened. So I try to get there before that. Let's have the conversation. Let's talk before that 911 call, so they have that comfort, they have that understanding.
So how can us, being part of the community, help educate, especially the immigrant community, that you can go to an officer and request information, resources, that you're actually there to assist?
Well, you're already doing your part in that you invite me to come to events, and I'm allowed to share that message at these events. So
awesome.
That's really important. Is I just always ask when I go into a room of people, hey, do me a favor, someone that wasn't here, share this information with them. A neighbor, a friend, a non-friend, whoever you want. Just whatever you heard here, share this, because we're gonna el bochinche, right? El bochinche, eso sí que we spread that real fast.
That's the first thing.
So spread the truth. Spread the information that we give. That's what I
spread
ask.
facts.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And it's so important, because I work for the Suffolk County Legislature, and one of the things that one of our legislators is having an issue with is in Legislator Thorne. I called him Dorn. He's going to kill me.
I know what you really meant.
Yeah, everyone knows. He has issues where people don't want to come to him because they're afraid, and he wants to get the information to protect the community to the police officers, and he would love to call Yaz to come and talk to these people. So anyone, please, it's so important. You're only a victim if you don't reach out. You're empowered if you reach out and you open up. No tendrás miedo a llamar a los policías, porque la policía están aquí para ayudarte. Por eso tenemos la Yasmin aquí. I have to stop calling you Yaz.
No, it's fine. I when I go to schools, I'm like, Officer Yaz, it's fine. I don't mind.
So what do you think are one of the issues that the immigration community has the impression of an officer, or they've had el bochin to get to them? It's like facts, and then you have to clarify this is actually reality.
I think there are several components to that. I think that there was a time at one point where those things did come in question. So people live,
Agreed.
It passes on generation to generation. Oh, this is what they experienced, so the older generation will tell you this is what you're going to experience. That's first and foremost. The other part is just misinformation. Just, hey, you know, when you meet one bad officer, every officer is bad, right? You go to the supermarket, you deal with one person at cash out. You don't think every cashier is bad. But sometimes when it comes to an officer, that's the impression that you have. You had one bad experience and then todo el mundo no vale.
Right.
And so that's the other issue that I find. That's why I try to be the good officer. Like, hey, no, you had one good encounter, remember me?
Right.
And then, you know, every experience is different. So I think those are the two components that play into that.
Okay.
And again, people with misinformation. So those are the issues that we see often. I actually literally last week was sitting with a family who said, no, they told me that if I came to you and I caused a problem, because having an issue, being a victim is causing a problem in their eyes, that it could mess with my immigration status, and I'm currently trying to get my papers.
And I hear that a lot.
You know what? Another issue that I want to bring to the forefront is a lot of people who are coming from South America or Central America. The policing system is very different there than it is here. So I think some of it is that they're afraid because even in their own countries, the police officers may not be paid as well, may not have the benefits that our police have and the training that our police officers have. And I think, do you think that plays a role in their fear with police officers here?
I have heard that. I actually did a seminar at a church, and the young person was saying that he never reported to police because he didn't want them to extort his parents. And I was like, how does that even work? Like, what does that mean? I said, that's not how we do anything here. There's accountability here. There's different chains of command. There's, hey, if you aren't getting the response that you want with a police officer, you can go to a boss. You go up the chain. We have internal affairs. Like and they were like, really? And their minds are blown when I explain to them, no. So one of the things that I shared with someone, because they said they had a very bad experience with an officer on a traffic stop. And I said, I understand. And as an officer, as someone who, I grew up in the city, my dad didn't speak any English, and it was a long time ago, could see why things could go wrong on that side as well. So I get to play both sides.
Right.
My thing is, the side of the road is not the time or the place to figure out right and wrong. You do what you're told, you be respectful, you take down information, and if you don't like the service that you received at that traffic stop, you take it to the precinct, you take it somewhere else. But on the side of the road is not the time or the place for anyone to be having arguments or going back and forth.
So I have a question for you. So I get pulled over. Officer knows English. Let's just say, for argument's sake, I only know Spanish. What are my rights if I don't understand what the officer's saying?
You are entitled to a Spanish-speaking officer, or we have what's called language line now. Every officer is equipped with it. Every car is equipped with it. Basically, you should always have someone who speaks your language, and not just Spanish, Creole,
right,
Russian, any language that you can think of. So we have language line now, and if you feel that your English is not adequate, you have the right to say, no, stop, I want to stop for a second. I would like someone to come who speaks my language, and they will make that attempt. If they cannot make that attempt, then they will use the language line, which is a translating organization that we have, that they go back and forth.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have that county-wide, and
Yes.
I think we have 16 languages that we offer county-wide.
Awesome.
So it's a great thing.
Awesome. So what's coming up? Where can we find you? Where are you going to be giving out resources, information?
I am everywhere. I am everywhere, and I'm nowhere, I guess. I'm anywhere anybody wants me to be. I'm very... people have my cell phone number. Organizations know how to reach me. Whenever there's an event, I like to be involved with the community. I really don't know what my calendar in April is looking like right now, but I'm sure it will fill up soon. I will be in Puerto Rico. I am taking some time off.
What part?
Yo soy de Cabo Rojo, so I'm going to be visiting my family.
This is why we get along. I lived in Cabo Rojo for 11 years.
Really?
I went to high school and everything over there.
Really?
I went to San Germán
San Germán.
Interamericana. Yeah. Oh, we got to talk.
Oh, that's so
You
fun.
see,
Yeah,
look,
so
things you learn.
My kids will be off from school, so we're taking some time to go back back home.
Where are you going to
That's
stay?
great.
We have a house. Well, my mom, we don't have nothing. My mom has a house there still.
In Cabo Rojo.
And yeah, and Villa del Carmen, allá.
Oh, look at this. I
So yeah,
love it.
so I'm going to
you're
take some
enjoy
time
it.
off, but then I will be where everybody needs me to be.
Beautiful.
Yasmin, Officer Yasmin, how do you feel working for the first Latina Deputy Police Commissioner of Suffolk County?
I am so honored to
Yay.
work. It's so funny because everything that she said, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Wow, I want to do that. Wow, I see what the potential could be. Awesome. You know, like, and it's the first time. It's the first time that I get to see that, you know, they don't like when I say this, but it is a male-dominated
It is.
job,
It
right?
is.
And they're trying to change that, and they're doing a lot. There's a lot of movements to change that, but that's the way it's been. So to have óyeme, to have ZPC Granum in there, and to have her, and to be able to have her as a mentor, and to go to her and bounce things off of her, and for her to be like, hey, this is how it was, this is what I see now, this is what I'd like to see, it's very powerful.
Really supportive, right?
Yes, she is.
Very supportive woman.
Love it.
Anyway, so tell us, how do we get in? How do people get in touch with you?
How do you get in touch with me? You find these ladies. No, you. I sit at 30 Gap Avenue. You could always go there if you need something. I always tell people I'm reachable. You can call my desk. What I do ask is if there's an emergency, you don't call me, you call 911. Sometimes I get, ay, esto está pasando. And I'm like, no, but llama 911. And they're like, oh, you can't come. I'm like, no, we need patrol. But you can find me 631-852-1000. You can reach me at whenever you need me.
Awesome. But thank you, Officer Yaz. I get to call her that. I don't know. But I thank everyone for tuning in.
I can't with this one. Oh, my God.
And I hope everyone enjoys, now that we are in April, the nicer weather. Go outside, take advantage. Even if it's for a short walk. Definitely enjoy the outdoors.
It's National Garden Month.
That's right. And I want to do my garden this year.
This year I'm going to have garden.
Pray for me.
Sergio's going to do a garden, not me.
Yeah, you got that right.
I can't touch anything. I kill succulents. I'm the worst.
Ay, Dios mío.
Eso no me llegó a mí.
But I thank everyone for tuning in, and we will see you next time.